Natapos ko ba sa inyo yung essence of designing? Hello? Anyone po? I have 5 sections kaya hindi ko lahat sila natatandaan kung saan ba natapos. Hello po. Definitely. Anyone? Walang nakatanda sa inyo kung ano ating pinag-usapan? Yes, John. Si Seda?
Bali po ma'am yung sa introduction pa lang po, natapos po tayo dun sa pag-determine po ng design stress.
Hanggang design stress. So, essence ng designing. Okay, sige, thank you. Okay, so recap muna po tayo. Okay, so we have the essence of designing. So this would be also followed in our as a process doon sa mga problems na isa-solve po natin. Okay? So the first one is to know the property of a material as to the code and as to the strength. Okay? So for the code, we have the AISI and SA designation, and for the strength, you are to find values of sigma U and sigma Y, which are taken from our table of properties. Okay? So next is for number 2, you are to determine the or apply a suitable factor of safety, which is dependent on these three: the kind of loading, the type of material, and the basis of design. Okay? We go to number 3, that is to determine the design stress. Okay? So, dito daw tayo natapos. Okay? So, for the design stress, we have the sigma D and yung tau D. Okay? So, we use these two symbols to mean the design stress. When you say sigma D, this is design stress. And kapag tau D, you include only shear. So, ang tawag doon ay shear design stress or design stress in shear. So, how do you obtain the values of sigma D and tau D? That is based on yung basis ng design. Okay? So, depende sa basis ng design. If you have there, based on ultimate strength, then the equation for sigma D would be sigma U divided by the factor of safety. Likewise, kung yan naman ay tau D, and based on the ultimate strength, then that becomes tau U over Fs. Kung base naman po sa yield strength, then sigma D is equal to sigma Y over factor of safety. And in terms of tau, that would be tau Y, okay, divided by the factor of safety. That is based on sigma Y. Okay? So, depende po sa basis ng design. And this basis of design, yan po ay requirement ng problem. Okay? So, you simply check yung problem if ano ba yung requirement ng design na hinahanap niya. Is it based on the ultimate strength or based ba siya sa yield strength? Okay? Pag wala pong sinabi, okay, pag wala pong sinabing basis of design, yan, lumipat na naman. So, wala pong sinabi pong walang basis ng design, okay, walang nabanggit, you will be using itong debug. Meaning, you have to look for the material and then categorize whether it is ductile or yield. If it's ductile or brittle. If it's ductile, you base the sign on the yield, and if it's brittle, you base the sign on the ultimate. Okay? So, yun po yung basehan doon. Okay? Yun po ay kung walang nabanggit as to the basis of the design. Now, question now is, how would you know if you will be using sigma or itong set ng tau? Okay? Paano malalaman kung sigma ba or tau yung gagamitin? It is dependent on the induced stress of the material. Okay? So, titingnan mo ngayon, ano yung pero titingnan mo ngayon ano yung induced stress ng material. Induced stress meaning yun yung stress na caused by the load na naka-apply doon sa material. Okay? So, doon mo malalaman kung sigma or tau yung gagamitin. Okay? So, later, I will be showing to you the induced stresses. Okay? Now, how would you obtain the value? How would you solve for the design stress? Considering these equations, sigma u over Fs or sigma y over factor of safety. So, sigma u and sigma y, these are taken from our design tables. Kailangan lang ay alam natin kung ano ang material na given. Okay? So, para makuha mo yung value ng sigma u at sigma y. Tapos, okay, yung factor of safety naman, yun naman po ay base din sa table natin, table 1.1 to be exact. Okay? What about din sa tau? What about dito sa tau? For tau, we have tau u and you have there also tau y. Okay? So, this is different from your sigma u and sigma y. Tau u, okay, you are to solve for tau u using the equation 0.75 of sigma u. So, ibig sabihin, sa table, ang kukunin pa rin natin is the sigma u and sigma y value. Okay, likewise, yung tau y, that is 0.6 of sigma y. So, you need to solve for tau u and tau y kung need mo dito sa kanyang design stress. Okay? So, let us then go doon sa sinasabi ko kanina na induced stress. So, the value of your sigma d and tau d, it is dependent on your induced stress para malaman mo kung sigma ba yung gagamitin mo or tau ba yung gagamitin mo. Okay? So, what are then those induced stresses? Ito yung mga induced stresses natin. Axial stress, shear stress, torsional shear, at saka flexural. Okay? Yung axial stress po, yan po yung it tends to push or pull your material. Okay? So, yan yung tension tsaka compression. So, ang effect niya sa material, it's either elongation o kaya po ay contraction. Okay? So, yan po yung axial stress. When you say shear stress naman po, ang nagiging effect naman niya po sa material is the sliding motion. So, a member would tend to slide with another. Okay? Yun yung sa shear po. And then, torsional shear naman po is for members that are rotating, just like the shaft. Okay? So, members that are rotating, ang produce na stress po is torsional. And its effect is simply nagkakaroon ng twisting. Okay? Kumbaga ay napipilipit yung ating member because of this torsional force applied to it. Okay? And then last one po is the flexural stress. You may call this also as the bending stress. Okay? So, ano yung effect niya doon sa material? Okay? So, nakita mo, niloadan mo siya ng bending load, mamaya, nakaano na siya, nabali na siya. Not really nabali, but nakaliko na siya. Okay? Nabaluktot na siya. Okay? Yun po yung sa bending stress. So, you recall the equations involved in these stresses. So, they are being discussed in your mechanics of deformable bodies. Okay? Specifically, ang axial stress po, symbol is sigma equal to the force divided by the cross-sectional area. Okay? For shear stress, we use the symbol tau, which is equal to V over A. Yung V po is a shear force, okay, divided by the area. Torsional shear po, general equation, you have there tau equal to Tc over J. T pertains to the torque, and then C is a radial distance, and J is polar moment of inertia. Okay? And this is, inano po natin, dinerive or in-apply natin to a solid and to a hollow shaft. So, kindly review, okay, what is then the equation for the torsional shear kapag siya ay solid o kaya ay hollow yung shaft natin. And then last po is the flexural stress. So sigma and then subscript F equal to MC over I. M pertains to the maximum moment. Okay? So you recall yung shear and moment diagram. That is how you obtain the maximum moment. Okay? And I is the moment of inertia. So, those are our induced stresses. And anong sabi natin? Number 4, sa essence ng design. Okay? Essence of designing, number 4. For a good design, you equate. Okay? You equate the design stress to the induced stress of the material. So, i-equate mo yung dalawa to come up with your dimension. Okay? With your safe dimension. So, design stress, it's either sigma D o kaya yung tau D. Okay? I-equate mo siya ngayon sa induced stresses. So, alin yung induced stresses? Yung diniscuss ko kanina, yung axial, yung shear, yung torsional, at saka yung flexural. Okay? So, dito sa last slide, in-equate na natin siya. Kung ito yung axial stress, sabi nga natin, sigma yung axial stress. So, dapat, ang equate mo sa kanyang design stress should be in form of sigma din. Okay? Bawal maglaho. Kaya yun yung tanong kanina. Okay? Yun yung tanong kanina, kailan ko ma'am gagamitin ang sigma at kailan ko gagamitin yung tau? And sabi, it is dependent on the induced stress. So, ito na yun. Okay? Ine-equate na natin. So, kung ito ay tau, okay, ito ay sigma, so sigma D ang gagamitin mo. Sa shear, you have the symbol ay tau, kaya ang ating design stress should be tau D. Sa torsion, ganun din. This is tau. Kaya tau D ang ginamit natin as the design stress. Sa flexural, you have your sigma sub F to be equated to your design stress in form of sigma. Okay? So, ito yung pag-e-equate natin. Okay? This is the design stress and this is the induced stress. Okay? So, lahat po ganun yan. Okay? Ito yung equal sign natin. Yan. Design stress equal. Parang equal to the induced stresses. Okay? So, yan po yung ating apat essence of designing. Again, we start with material specification as to the code and as to the strength. Sunod, you need to apply a suitable factor of safety. Pangatlo is for you to determine the design stress. At ito yung pang-apat. For a good design, you equate the design stress with the induced stress of the material. Okay? So, yan po yung essence of designing. And that will guide us also in our in solving yung mga problems po dito sa design. Okay? So, let us have first, you have your tables with you. Okay, you have your tables with you. Then, let us see this, this values, okay? Are all in this class po, nakapag-take na ng design 1 or hindi pa? Meron ba dito hindi pa nakapag-take ng design 1? Hello? Oh, what about the others? Okay, so, since merong hindi pa nakapag-take, sige, i-consider ko na ulit to have yung familiarization of the table, okay? So, yung sample natin dati, okay, we use, pinakita ko sa inyo yung design table, and then we get value of sigma U and sigma Y, okay? So, doon, yung ginamit nating example is C1020 as role. Okay? C1020 as role. So, tinignan lang natin yung table 87 and then right away, you have the value of your sigma U and sigma Y. So, titingnan lang natin yung SU at saka SY doon sa table. So, ikakopy lang natin, directly lifted lang sa table, yung values, isusulat natin, tapos ilalagay mo lang yung reference table. Say, taken from table 87 and then the page number. Okay? But, not all tables ay ganun lang kasimple natin gagawin. Okay? Hindi lahat directly lifted. Okay? Yung katulad nito, sa sample natin dito, we have their C1095 normalized. Okay? Yan, directly lifted. But then those na may bilog ko, okay? So iba yung medyo yung ginagawa doon. Halimbawa, SAE 2320 hot roll. Okay? O everyone, you get your design tables, okay? And then see anong table natin makikita yung 2320 hot roll. Kindly, na lang po, put in our chat box kung anong table number. Sige po, bago i-show natin. Para doon for the sake ng mga ngayon lang nagkuha ng design 1. So, yung mga Batikano naman dyan, hindi pwedeng-pwede nyo nang sagutin. So, ilagay natin sa chat box saan ba makikita yung 2320 hot roll. Okay, sige po. Okay, so we have their table 8010. Okay, so everyone, okay? So tingnan natin sa table 8010, okay? Para doon sa iba. Okay? So let us show here table 8010. Kailangan natin i-reload ko lang. Okay, so we look for table 8010. So yung have with you, okay, palagi sa tabi yung design table. So tsaka yung manual po natin para nakakasunod tayo even on online. Okay, ari po yung table 8010. So ang hahanapin natin dyan is yung 2320. Okay, so take a look and see yung 2320. Okay, so ang 2320 dito, yung dalawa. Okay, ito at saka iyon. But then, alin ang requirement? You have there the hot roll. Okay? So, itong nasa una. Ano ang gagamitin natin? Hot roll. So, what we need is sigma U and sigma Y. Okay? So, look at the table. Okay? So, tingnan lang yung heading na yun. Okay? You would see there kung alin yung sigma U, sigma Y. So, the first one, this is your sigma N. Okay? Sigma N. Ibig sabihin ng sigma N, this is endurance strength. Okay? Endurance strength. The next one, this is sigma. Okay? The next one. Okay? So, the next one is sigma N over sigma U. Okay? This one is sigma Y. And this is sigma Y divided by sigma N. Okay? So, looking at this po, wala po tayong value ng sigma U. Okay? Ang available lang po ay sigma Y. So, for SAE, 2320 hot rolled, okay? Ano yung value ng sigma Y? So, ang nakita po natin, this is yung sigma Y, tapos ito yung hot roll, you have their 51. Okay? So, we have their 51 KSI. Okay? what about naman yung value ng sigma u? So, wala po tayo ditong value ng sigma u. But then, you have this relationship na may kasamang sigma u. Kaya yun po yung kukunin natin. So, sigma n divided by sigma u is equal to 0.5. Ano po yun? 0.50. Where your value of sigma n is given as, ano po yung sigma n niya? 48. So, 48 KSI. So, these two, they are taken from table 8010. Okay? And then you have here the page number. Okay? So, you need to solve for the value of sigma u. Okay? So, using this relationship. So, from this, your sigma u would be yung sigma n po natin, 48 KSI, yun po yung value, divided by 0.50. So, that will give us a value equal to 96 KSI. So, ito ngayon yung sigma u natin at ari yung value ng sigma y po natin. Okay? So, ano lang po yung ibig sabihin niyan? Hindi po lahat ng table ay pare-parehas. Okay? Kasi yung ibang table, it bears already the value of your sigma u and sigma y. Kopyahin mo na lamang. Okay? Pero dito, specifically sa table 10, you need to solve, okay? Merong kaunting computation ka for you to arrive at a value of your sigma. Okay? So, sana yung mga ngayon palang gagamit ng table, naintindihan yung gagawin ko dito. Okay? So, ganyan po yung gagawin ko. So, we go again to the presentation. Ano naman yung iba para matutunan ulit. Now, so after SAE 2320, ito naman, AISI 2330, WQT at 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay? Saan naman po natin makikita yung 2330, yung number 5 po. Saan naman po natin makikita? Again, kindly type po doon sa chat box po natin kung anong table natin. Pakihanap po and then pakilagay ng table number. Ayan. Kagagaling na table 89. Tama. Okay, so galing po sa table 89. Pwede na akong palitan ng mga ito. Sila na ang magtuturo dun sa mga take 1 din. Okay? So, we use table 89. Okay? So, again, let us show again the table 89. Ayan. Okay. So, ari naman po yung table 89. So, dun sa mga may bagong tables, parang naputol ata yung table 89. Heat-treated steels lang ang nakalagay. So, you may write po, okay? You may write table 89. So, pwede nyo po isulat doon for reference yung table 89. Kasi ang nakalagay lang sa inyo aring heat-treated. Pwedeng hindi na ilagay yung typical properties. Basta yung table 89. Okay? So, isulat na lang po. Okay? So, dini naman, makikita natin yung 2330. So, ang requirement sa atin is AISI 2330 WQT at 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit. So, it is at table 89. Ito po yon in particular. Okay? So, ang 2330 po, it's a nickel steel kasi 2 yung first number niya. So, it means a nickel steel. Tapos, may naka-enclose po dito in parenthesis na water. Ibig sabihin, water quench. Okay? So, iluluglog natin siya to this quenching medium. Okay? So, yun po yung requirement. Ano lang ang, bakit ko lang highlight yung sample natin na ito kasi nakalagay doon WQT at 1000 degrees Fahrenheit. So, you look at the yung tempered na temperature po. Okay? So, we have here degrees Fahrenheit. Pagdating din sa 2330, so ang hahanapin mo would be 1000 degrees. Okay? So, pagdating naman po dito, nakita natin is dalawang 1000. Okay? Walang problema sana kung iisa lang yung nakita natin. But in this case, dalawa yung 1,000 po natin na nakita. Okay? So, kapag po ganyan, ang gagamitin mo po, okay, the two varies only with the size. Okay? And sabi nga natin, sa size, lagi ang pinipili natin, yung mas malaking size. Kasi yung mas malaking size, siya po yung mas safe gamitin. So, ganun din ang i-follow mo dito. Considering yung size lang yung nagkaiba sa kanila, so gagamitin mo yung mas malaki. So, ari ay 1/2 at ari ay 4. So, dini pa sa 4 ang gamit. Kaya ito yung pipiliin mo as your value of sigma u. Okay? At ito naman yung value ng iyong sigma y. So, your sigma u is 105 KSI and your sigma y is 85 KSI. So, ano yung pinopya natin? Yung galing doon sa mas malaking size. Again, this is taken from your table 89. Okay, page yung number. Okay, so ganun po natin siya ilalagay. Okay, so sana po ay nasusundan ng mga bago po natin kasama dito. Okay, and then we go to the next one. Okay, yung panghuli po, yung number 8. That is AISI C1040 OQT at 800 degrees Fahrenheit. Ano naman pong table array para makasunod yung mga bago natin. Anong table po or figure ang gagamitin po natin dito? Okay, so correct po silang lahat. We will be using here figure AF1. Okay, so we go to figure AF1. Okay, so hanapin po natin yung figure AF1. Yan. Okay? So, ito po yung figure AF1. So, this is specific po for AISI C1040. So, there are cases po na hindi natin makita sa mga tables. So, pansinin nyo din yung mga figures po. Maaari pong nandun yung hinahanap po natin. Okay? Just like this one po. This is for C1040. but not in particular sa OQT lang. Okay? So, pwede rin po itong gamitin sa ibang klase ng C1040. Okay? So, ito po yung atin na graph. Okay? So, sa graph po natin, parang two parts po siya. Parang dalawang graph siya. Okay? Ito, yung una, ito yung nasa right side. Okay? Ito, bago po itong number. So, itong parte po na ito po yung para sa OQT. Okay? So, C1040 OQT. Okay? So, yun po yung para dito. Tapos, dito sa kabila, meron pa po rin siyang iba. Pero, magstay muna po tayo dun sa OQT. Okay? So, ang kailangan natin is AISI C1040 OQT at 800 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay? So, itong parting ito, yung nasa right, yun po yung para sa OQT. So, ang gagawin mo lang po is to find the temperature required. Okay? So, dito po sa baba, nandyan po yung mga temperature. So, we are looking for 800 degrees Fahrenheit. So, yung linya po na ito po yung 800 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay? So, saan ko po kukunin ang value ng sigma U at yung sigma Y? So, ang gagamitin mo po dyan na curve, okay, ito pong tensile strength, okay? Yung sigma U po natin, yan po yung sa tensile strength, okay? At ito pong yield point natin, yan po yung para sa sigma Y, okay? So, ang gagawin mo lang, extend mo lang yung linya ng 800 kung saan po siya mag-tangent sa yield point, okay, imamark mo po yung point, ganon din po doon sa tensile strength, okay. So, yung point po na yun, kung saan nag-tangent siya sa tensile strength, that is your sigma U, okay. At ito naman po, nag-tangent sa yield point, yan po yung sigma I, okay. So, ganon mo po siya kukuhanin. Now, where can you obtain po yung kanyang reading? Okay, so ang reading po niya, dadalhin mo lang dito sa mga numbers po na ito. Okay, yung mga numbers po na yan, that is expressed in unit PSI, pounds per square inch. Okay, so in this case po, basahin po natin yung value. For sigma U po, okay, so directly po, nakatapat naman siya doon sa sa ano po, dun sa line pertaining to a value 110,000. Okay, so eksakto po siya na nandun sa linya. 110,000 PSI, which is equivalent to 110 KSI divided by 1,000. Likewise, for sigma Y po, ganun din. Okay? Kasi nandun din siya sa exact point. Okay? Exact line ng para dito sa 80,000. So, this is 80,000 PSI or 80 KSI. Okay? So, yan po yung values. Okay? Ng sigma U at ng sigma Y po natin. So, ganun nyo po babasahin yung mga values taken from that figure AF1. Okay? Or doon sa ibang figure, ganyan lang din po ang gagawin. Okay? Again, tensile strength po, yun po yung sa sigma U. At yung YP po, yung yield point po, yun po yung para sa sigma U. Okay? So, again, ari po ay para dun sa OQT. The other side po dito, meron din po yung ibang gamit. Okay? Ito po ay para sa C1040. But then, mapansin nyo po dito, may mga nakasabit na klase ng 1040. Okay? The first one po is C1040 as rolled. Okay? So, ari naman pong kasunod is C1040 annealed. At ito naman po is C1040 normalized. Okay? Alin po yung linya niya? Ang as rolled po, ay di ito pong linyang ito. Okay? Yung nasa outer. Okay? Tapos, ang annealed po, itong gitna, yun yung linya niya. At yung normalized, itong dulo. Okay? Yung nasa inner. Okay? So, ganun mo din babasahin. Halimbawa, ang requirement sa atin is C1040 as rolled. You find value of sigma U at saka po yung sigma y po niya. Okay? So, sigma u and sigma y. So, ari ang as ruled, itong linya na yon. So, extend mo lang up to yung TS curve. Okay? Ito yung TS curve. So, saan siya nagtangent? Sa linya ni as ruled. So, you have this. Okay? Ito po yung point. Tapos, ito naman pong isa. Okay? Dito po sa YP. Ari po yung YP. Okay, so you have here po, tangent po siya doon. And then, ang reading mo po ngayon, papunta dito sa kanan. So, what is then the value? Okay? O, doon nga sa una, yung sigma u. Ano ang reading mo doon? Boy, meron akong nalainin. Sigma u. Ano ang value ng sigma u? Dini sa 1040 as road. O, volunteer. Okay, ano ang value? Yes, John. Kenneth.
Yun pong ano po, 90 po.
Again,
90,000.
John? John Kenneth, paulit-utay.
Yun pong 90,000 po.
Oh, the other one, sigma y. Oh, okay. Yes, John Kenneth, for sigma y.
Yun
Ano?
pong, yun pong 60,000 po.
Again?
60,000 po, ma'am.
60. So, 90 and 60. Okay? What about naman kay Cyril? Oh, anong reading mo for sigma u and sigma y?
Same lang po, ma'am. Bale, 90,000 at 60,000.
Hello?
Rinig po ako, ma'am.
Ni Cyril?
Ma'am, rinig po ako.
Oh, yes.
Ano po, ma'am? Bale, ang reading ko po ay 90,000 din po sa sigma U. Sa sigma Y po ay 60,000.
Sa sigma y ay?
Sa sigma Y po ay 60,000 po.
Okay, so parehas lang ng kay John Kenneth. The others. Oh, ikaw naman ano? Miss Marlene. Oh, Miss Marlene.
Bali po, ang sigma U po ay 90 at ang sigma Y po ay 60 din po.
Sigma U ay 90 and sigma Y ay
60 po.
60. So parehas din ang basa. O di, sino may ibang basa din eh? Yes, Seda.
Bali po, ma'am, ang akin po ay 110 KSI. Tapos po ang sigma Y ay 80 KSI.
Ulit. Dini tayo bunso. Dini tayo sa Asroad. Are. Ito at saka po iyon. Are yung value. Ito at saka iyon. Paulit ako, Seda.
Wait lang po, ma'am.
O, ikaw muna ano, Sherwin.
Sa sigma U po ay 90,000 PSI. Sa sigma Y po ay 59,000.
50?
59 po.
59. O, ikaw naman, Hans.
Parehas lang po nung kay Sharon, ma'am. 90 po at 59.
Ang iyo ay 90 and 59
59 din
din.
po.
O, ikaw, Carl.
Ma'am, parehas lang po. 90,000 po at 59,000.
90 at saka 59. Okay, so bakit madami yung aking tinanong ngayon? Kasi if you have yung figure po na ginagamit, okay, so iba-iba yung tingin natin or estimation natin. Kasi it is not an exact value katulad na rin natin sa 800 na nandun talaga sa linya. So possible talaga na mag-iba-iba tayo na ang reading. Okay, kasi ang tingin doon ay eksakto nandun na sa 90, kaya sabi niya 90 KSI. Yung isa sakto tingin niya nandun na sa 60. Yung isa naman parang ay hindi pa naman, medyo kulang. So gawin kong 59 KSI. Okay, so kanya-kanya po ng estimation. Okay? So, okay lang po yun basta malapit ang value. Okay? Do not worry po doon sa ganoon. Okay? Baka sabihin, ay tuladin ko na lang sa aking katabi kasi para pare-parehas kami. Okay? So, mas nakakaduda po yun na isang buong klase ay parehas yung reading. So, sa isang buong klase, posible na iba yung naging assumption mo doon or naging estimation mo po doon. Okay? So, do not worry about that. Okay? Bakit? Kasi yung final answer natin, that is always expressed in a commercially available size, in a standard size. So, sa ating pag-compute, of course, the computed value ng answer mo po, it would be different. Okay? So, merong discrepancy doon sa value. Halimbawa, ang ginamit mong sigma y ay 60 versus doon sa gumamit ng 59. So, ibig sabihin, magkakaroon ng difference yung answers nila. Okay? That is on the computed value. But, if you take their commercially available size or standard size, the same lang din po yan, okay? Kaya huwag po tayo mag-alala na iba yung naging reading po natin. Okay? So, yun po yung ibig kong sabihin. Okay? So, kasi nga po, ang ginagamit po natin ay figure po. Okay? And prone po siya doon sa ganun. Kasi nga, we need to estimate. Okay? So, ganun po ginagamit yung mga figures po dito. Same thing lang din po yan dito sa figure AF2. Ganun din po yung paggamit po sa kanya. Okay? So, I hope po ay nakuha po natin, okay, yung kung paano po natin gagamitin, okay, yung sa atin po na tables and charts, okay, tables, figures, yan. So, kung meron lang pong hindi naiintindihan, ay then let me know na lang po. Tanong na lang po kayo sa akin kung paano po siya gamitin, okay? So, we go to our unang design po, okay? So, din po sa atin na manual, okay, you have here the sample problems for you to obtain sigma u and sigma y value. Okay? Parehas din po yan dun sa pre-send ko kanina na PowerPoint. Maaring magkakaiba lang ng number, pero yan din po sila. Okay? So, for your practice po, lagyan nyo po yan ng sigma u at sigma y. Okay? Para alam nyo po kung paano siya ginagamit yung bawat table. So, this is an exercise po para sa familiarization ng design tables. Okay? So, let me go na po dito sa kasunod na. Design proper na po tayo. Okay? So, after the essence of designing, we go to the design proper. Okay? So, the first is machine members under pure tensile load. Okay? So, paano po ba dinidesign yung mga member na ang load po na naka-apply sa kanya is a tensile load. When we say tensile load po, it tends to pull your material. Okay? So, hinihila po niya yung material natin. Just like po yung sample po natin dito. Okay? Yung illustration po natin dito. Okay? So, ito po yung machine member natin. Okay? Tapos, you look at this force. So, you look at this force applied to the material. So, these are your tensile forces. Naka-apply doon sa magkabilang dulo, hinihila niya yung ating machine member. Same thing with this one. Okay? So, these are your tensile forces. So, kung gawin naman natin siya na say circular, okay? Say circular siya, you have here your FT. Same thing here. Okay? So, yan po yung atin na tensile stress. Tensile load applied to the member. Okay? So, how do we design for this type of figures? Okay? So, paano ba natin sila dinadesign? So, we design those based on two failures. Okay? So, ang una po, yan po yung tinatawag natin as the strength failure. So we design the machine member based on the strength failure. Okay? So pag sinabi natin na i-design natin siya based on the strength failure, we will be considering yung induced stress ng material. So what is the induced stress of the material? We call it the tensile stress. Okay? So a member na in-applyan mo nito will be under a tensile stress. Ay, yung tensile stress po, dun sa unang presentation po natin, this is a kind of an axial stress. Okay? So anong equation natin for this tensile stress? The tensile stress is simply equal to the force divided by the area. So you will be using here the tensile force divided by the area. Okay? And if you have there a circular cross-section, for example, katulad po nito, kung circular po yung kanya na cross-section, then this would be equal to what? Ano yung magiging value ng ating sigma t? That would be Ft divided by yung area would be the area of the circular cross-section, pi d squared over 4. Okay? So ito po ang ating sigma sub t, that is your tensile stress po. Okay? Yun yung induced stress natin. Okay? So anong gagawin natin para ma-design yung member considering this induced stress? So dun sa essence ng designing natin, sabi natin, for a good design, you need to equate the design stress with the induced stress of the material. This is the induced stress. So anong design stress po ang gagamitin natin? It should be in a form of sigma also. So sigma d, the design stress, is to be equated to the tensile stress, your induced stress. So for the equation, this is Ft over, kung ito yung sample natin, area is pi d squared divided by 4 equal to your sigma d. Okay? Where, ano po ang value nitong sigma d natin? Your sigma d, your design stress, it can be sigma u over factor of safety, or pwede rin naman po sigma y divided by factor of safety. Okay? Ito po yun. Okay? Ito po yan. Okay? Alin po doon sa dalawa ang gagamitin, depende po sa basis ng design. Again, this is based on ultimate strength. Ari naman po ay based on the yield strength. Okay? So ito po yung value ng dalawang sigma d. So pipiliin mo lang po sa dalawa alin yung gagamitin mo dito. Okay? Depende sa basis of design. Again, pag hindi po sinabi ang basis of design, then you use the deduct. Okay? So yung sigma u or sigma y, these are taken from the table of properties. Factor of safety is taken from table 1.1. Therefore, you can solve for your sigma d. Okay? And then on the other side naman po, sa right side, yung force na naka-apply is usually given. So given that, okay, so meron ka ditong value, tapos meron din ditong value, therefore, you can solve for a dimension. Okay? In this particular sample, you can solve for a diameter. So, yan yung sagot mo. Okay? But then, yung sagot po natin na yan ay base again sa strength failure. Okay? So, tinitinan mo yung strength ng material. At base doon sa strength ng material na yon, ano yung dimension mo na dapat gamitin. Okay? So, yun po yung under ng strength failure. And then another one is, meron tayong tinatawag na deformation failure. Okay? Bakit naman po may deformation failure? Okay? So, a member, kapag po hinila mo po yan, okay, you apply a tensile load po sa kanya, ang tendency niya is to elongate. Okay? So, ang deformation po natin dito is called an elongation. So, humahaba po yung machine member natin. Okay? So, may nadagdag na length po. And how do you compute for the deformation? You have this symbol as the deformation. That is simply equal to FL over AE. Okay? This is the tensile load. L pertains to the original length. A is the cross-section, and E is the modulus of elasticity. For again, if you have their circular cross-section, so magiging deformation equal to Ft times L over pi d squared over 4 multiplied by E. Okay? So, yan po yung elongation ng number. Okay? Elongation ng number. Ang gagawin lang po natin sa design, okay, i-equate po ulit natin. Okay? So, paano natin siya i-design? You equate that to what we call allowable limit of deformation. Okay? So, ang tawag po din is allowable limit of deformation. Okay? So, yan po. Allowable limit of deformation. Ito po yan. Okay? Equate mo ngayon dun sa deformation ito, which is equal to Ft L over area pi d squared over 4 multiplied by E equal to the allowable limit. Okay? So, ito po naman, yung limit po na yon is given. Same thing with Ft, yung length, yung E. So, again, you can solve for another dimension. Okay? You can solve for another diameter. So, saan ang galing ang sagot na yon? Base sa deformation. Okay? Yung sagot kanina ay base sa strength. Okay? Nung material. Okay. So, ano po ang ngayon natin? Paano po natin malalaman ano yung allowable limit of deformation? So, sa problems po, binabanggit po yun. Halimbawa ay deformation should not exceed 1 mm. So, yung 1 mm na yun po yung limit of deformation. Okay? So, say for example po, din sa isa nating problem sa design work. O, yan po, nakalagay, must not elongate more than 0.005. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, yan po yung limit natin. Okay? Hindi dapat yung elongation niya tataas pa sa value na iyon. Okay? So, ang tawag is allowable limit of deformation. Okay? At ginagamit po natin siya dito. Okay? So, yan po yung binibigay. Now, pag ang isang design problem po ay walang binigay na allowable limit of deformation, katulad ng pinakita ko sa inyo kanina, kung wala po siyang binigay na ganito, ibig sabihin, wala din po itong entire solution for the deformation po here. Okay? So, wala po ito. Okay? Kasi wala kang allowable limit of deformation. So, basically, ang magiging sagot mo lamang ay galing dito sa strength failure. Okay? So, iisa lang yung naging sagot mo. Okay? Pero kapag halimbawa, may ibinigay na limit of deformation, laging dalawa yung magiging sagot mo. Isa ay galing sa strength, ang isa ay galing dito sa deformation. Okay? So, sana ay maliwanag po yun. Okay? So, dalawa po yung makukuha po natin. Okay? Okay, so for the equation here, okay, so sabi ko nga Ft, length, they are usually given. Okay, but then pagdating sa E, yung E po is the modulus of elasticity. Okay, so saan mo po kukuhanin ang modulus of elasticity? Okay, so doon po yun nakukuha, doon sa particular material, okay, na say, yun po yung say, yun po yung given dun sa problem ng material, you try to look, okay, at its value of E, the modulus of elasticity. Okay? So, halimbawa, 10, 20 as rolled, so table 87. Okay? Dun ka ngayon sa hanay, dun mismo sa row, yun din pala. Wait. Yan. O, halimbawa, yan. 10, 20 as roll. Okay? So, ito po yun. Okay? So, 10, 20 as rolled. Titingnan mo ngayon, dun muna sa hanay na yan. Okay? So, within doon sa hanay na yan, titingnan mo ngayon, is there a value of E, the modulus of elasticity. Okay? So, titingnan mo muna. Oh. In this case, wala pong value ng E dito. Okay? So, wala. Kahit saan dyan, wala dyang value ng E. Okay? So, ano po yung gagawin? Okay? Kung wala na po doon sa row niya, pupunta ka ngayon sa heading. Okay? So, sa heading, doon mo po makikita okay, yung mga values ng modulus of elasticity. Okay? So, in particular, nandun po yun. Modulus of elasticity in tension or compression, E is equal to 30 times 10 to the 6 PSI. You may convert this po into KSI. Okay? So, hindi yan mo po kukuhanin. Okay, so dalawa na po. Una, dito sa kanyang particular row. Pag wala pa rin, punta tayo dun sa itaas. Okay? Para makuha natin yung exact na value ng sigma U at saka sigma. Now, for the values of E sa row, sa heading, ano pa po yung isa? Pag wala sa row, wala pa din sa heading, assume to use this value. Okay? Why you use this value? E equal to 30 times 10 to the 6 PSI or 207 gigapascal. Okay? So this is general for all types of steel. Okay, so wala po tayong magiging rason para hindi po natin matapos ang ating para hindi wala po tayong dahilan para hindi po tayo makagamit ng value ng E. Okay, so there are a lot of assumptions po or binabanggit sa inyo ng mga design considerations to come up with the exact value. Okay? So, ngayon po, ilan po na yung naging sagot natin? Okay? So, ang naging sagot po natin dyan is isa, galing po doon sa strength failure. Okay? Dito po sa strength failure, so magkakaroon ka po dyan ng dimension. Okay? The second one naman po is a deformation failure. Okay? Meron kang another dimension. Okay? So, dalawa yung dimension mo. Of course, hindi yan parehas tama. Okay? Hindi parehas tama. Pipiliin mo lang kung alin ang magandang gamitin. Okay? So, here, ano sabi dito? Among the two, you choose the larger diameter to satisfy both failure profile. Okay? So, dalawa yung nakuhang sagot. Isa sa strength, isa sa deformation. Then that is equal to 0. Okay? So, kailangan po lagi kang may pipiliin. So, dapat sa dulo ng iyong therefore use kung alin yung sa dalawa ang gagamitin. Okay? So, ganun po. Now, there are cases na wala pong allowable limit of deformation. So, pag wala po ito, no deformation, failure, okay, but then, ang magiging sagot lang natin ay galing lang dito sa strength failure lang po. And that would be final already. Hindi katulad na pag magkakasama silang ganito, okay? So, ang titingnan mo is yung, say, diameter or dimension nila. Okay? So, ganun po yung gagawin po natin. Okay? Question? Okay, may tanong po ba? Maliwanag? Okay. So, ganun po natin siya i-design. So, palagi, parte ng solution mo is the conclusion. Okay? Failure to include yung conclusion po na yun, okay, ay di mali po yung answer po natin. Okay? Okay, let us have a sample problem po. Dito po tayo sa problem 2. Okay? So, we have here the link is subjected to a tensile load. So, ito po yung tensile load po natin. Okay? And this link has a square cross-section. Okay? Ito yung square cross-section niya with dimension B and H. Okay, so ito po yung hahanapin niya natin. What should be the value of B and ano ang value ng H. Okay, so we solve this problem po considering yun pong ating essence ng design. Okay, so you start with the given values. You have the force, 10,000 pounds equivalent to 10 kids. And then you're given the relationship of H equal to 2B. Okay, so you have this. So you are to find the dimensions B and H. Okay, so if follow natin sa procedure yung ating essence of designing. So first, you have the material specification, sigma U and sigma Y values as to the scope. Okay, so C1020 still normalized, sigma U is 64, sigma Y is equal to 50. And then you have the reference table. Okay? Paki-check nyo na lang po sa sa ano po natin, sa tables po natin. And then, sunod po is apply a suitable factor of safety. So, ito yan. So, depende sa kind ng load. Okay? So, you go back to the problem. Anong sabi ng kind ng load? If the load is repeated but not reversed. So, yun yung nilagay natin. Okay? Anong type ng material? This is C1020. So, ductile po yun. Okay? And then, the basis of design. How would you know the basis of design? Basa ulit sa problem and yun na nakalagay with the design based on ultimate strength. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, the design stress should be based on the ultimate strength. Same thing with the factor of safety. Okay? So, considering this tatlo po, repeated but not reverse yung load, ductile and based on ultimate strength, okay, you go to your table 1.1 and see the value of factor of safety. Ayun, table 1.1. Yan. Kaya rin table 1.1. Anong sabi dun sa kind of load? Repeated, okay, but not reverse. So, dito wala kang totally makikita na repeated but not reverse. Okay, so i-contextual mo na lang siya na the same siya sa repeated one direction. So, if it's one direction, so hindi po siya nare-reverse. Okay? Type of material that is ductile and then the basis of design based on the ultimate. Okay? So, yun yung requirement. So, the value is equal to 6. Okay? So, 6 po yung gagamitin natin. So, tama po ito. F is equal to 6 taken from table 1.1. Okay? And then we go to the design stress. Okay? So you are to determine the design stress. Okay? So for the design stress, alin po ang gagamitin natin? Okay? So tension po yon. So sigma subscript D. So anong gagamitin natin? Is it sigma U or sigma Y? Hello? Sigma U o Sigma Y?
Sigma U po, ma'am.
Sigma U. Okay, so you will be using sigma U over factor of safety. Bakit po sigma U yung ating ginamit? Okay? So sigma U po yan kasi yun yung naka-indicate as the basis of design based on ultimate strength. Okay? Kaya sigma U po yun. Okay? So, eto ngayon, okay, is taken from the table and the factor of safety, ganun din. Okay? So, we have here 64 KSI divided by 6. Okay, that will give us 10.667 KSI. Okay? So, that is our value. Yan, this is our design stress. And then we go to the fourth one. For a good design, equate the design stress to the induced. So, ito po yung ginawa dito. Design stress, ito yung induced stress. Okay? And then, another one here. Okay? Okay. So, here, you are to equate the design stress with the induced stress. So, sigma D is equal to the induced stress okay, so equal to sa induced stress natin na tensile stress, that would be force divided by area. Okay? So, from this area po, makaka-compute ka po ng answer. Okay, so, doon po sa area natin, yun po yung papalitan natin. Kasi we have a rectangular cross-section. So, for rectangular, B times H. Okay, B times H. So, yun po yung ipapalit natin. So, your sigma D is equal to force over B times H. And there is a relationship between B and H. H is equal to 2B. So, this is FT times B times 2B. Okay, so this one is 2B squared equal to your sigma D. Okay, so ari po yung nakuha natin sigma D kanina, 10.667 KSI. Okay, yan. So yung FT naman po, siya po ay isa-substitute lang, then you come up with the value of B. Okay? So, yan po yung naging sagot po natin. Okay? But then, hindi po natatapos dito sa B. We have another dimension, which is yung H. Okay? So, you have to obtain value of also of H. H is equal to 2B. Okay? So, yun po yung gagamitin po natin. Okay? So, ano pong sample problem 2, wala po siyang deformation failure. Okay? Paano po nawala ng deformation failure? Kasi wala naman akong nabasa na tungkol dito. Okay? Kaya ang ating design would be mainly because of yung ano lang natin. Okay, base lang po ari sa strength failure. Now, you have your answer here po, yung B natin. Okay, so anong gagawin? You have to convert that into standard size. Okay, so alin po yung standard size po natin na ginagamit? Okay, okay, so tingnan po natin yung standard size. Paano po i-express into standard size? So, ito po ay lumabas ng answer is 0. Hindi naman na. B is equal to 0.685. Okay? Inches. Okay? So, ito po yung naging sagot. Kailangan po natin siya i-convert into a standard size. Okay? So, paano po natin malalaman, okay, or magagamit yung standard size? Wait, hinahanap ko lang po yung kopya. Yan, ay pala.
Kasi alam ko wala sa mga vendor.
Okay, so ito po yung tinatawag natin as the preferred sizes and our basis to choose the yung standard size po. Okay, so ari po yung tinatawag natin as the preferred sizes. So ari po yung lahat ng nasa una is a faculty. Okay, so ito yung mga increments ng ating size. Okay, at ito naman, ito yung range natin. Okay? So, paano mo siya gagamitin? Dito ka unang titingin sa range. Titingnan mo saan ba dito yung computed answer mo. Katulad halimbawa nito, ang computed answer mo is 3.27 inches. Okay? So, saan siya dyan? Sa range na yan, papasok. Okay? So, 3.27. So, nandito siya sa 1/4 between 3 to 6. Okay? So, yun ang unang mong gagawin. Titingnan mo sa ang range siya kasama. Okay? So, nandito siya sa range na yan. Tapos, yung una pong fraction, that's the increment. Okay? So, dito po sa 3 to 6, 1/4 yung increment. So, what are then the available sizes? Starting with 3. Okay? So, 3, tapos increments ng 1/4, 3 and 1/4, 3 and 2/4, so 2/4 is 1/2. 3 and 3/4, 4, 4 and 1/4, 4 and 1/2, 4 and 3/4, 5, 5 and 1/4, 5 and 1/2, 5 and 3/4 until 6. Okay? Tapos titingnan mo alin yung malapit dun sa sagot mo. 3.27. So malapit siya dito sa 3 and 1/4 to 3 and 1/2. This is 3.25, okay? And this one is 3.5, okay? Yan. So, kung titignan natin, hindi siya malapit sa 3 and 1/4. Pero, bear in mind, this is the minimum safe value. Okay? Minimum safe value. Okay? So, hindi po pwedeng doon sa kulang, kundi din tayo pala sa labis. Kaya, ang ginamit natin is 3 and 1/2 inch. Okay? So, ganun mo po i-convert yung answer mo po. Okay? So, with this po, yung answer natin dito, yan. So, yung answer po natin dito, so 0.685, titingnan mo yan ngayon dun sa preferred size. Okay? So, saan siya pinakamalapit doon? Okay? And from that, dun mo siya ngayon pipiliin. Say, you use 11 over 16 of an inch. And then you are to find value of h. H is equal to 2b. So, ang gagamitin natin is yung 11 over 16 of an inch. So, it will yield 22 over 16 inches. So, this one is an improper fraction. Okay? So, ang gagawin mo, you have to convert this into a mixed fraction. So, therefore, h is equal to 1 and 6 over 16. Pwede pang i-lowest term, 1, 6, and 16. Ano yung common sa kanya? That's divide 2. That is 1 and 3/8 of an inch. So, ito yung magiging sagot natin, yung dalawa. Okay? So, we have, okay, therefore, conclusion, use b equal to 11 over 16 of an inch and h is equal to 1 and 3/8 of an inch. Okay? So, ito dapat. Lagi dapat tayo may conclusion. Okay? So, yan. So, here, doon sa design work natin, you try to solve po yung letter C. Okay? So, as your assignment po, you try to solve problem 1, letter C only. Okay? So, for presentation po on our next meeting. Okay? So, ang problem 1, yung letter C lang. Huwag mong pansinin yung A and B ha. Yung letter C lang, it involves both deformation failure and strength failure. Okay? So, deformation kasi may allowable limit. Yun namang sa strength failure niya, ano ang magiging basis of design nito? Okay? Sa letter C, wala pong binanggit na basis of design. So, therefore, ano ang susundin? Yung type ng material. So, since RI 1045, then ductile yun, so it should be based on the yield. Okay? So, dalawang sagot natin. Isa sa strength based on the yield at isa sa deformation. Then, try to compare the two, whichever is higher, then that would be your final answer. Okay? Nasundan po ba? May question po sila. I think it's a time na rin naman. Okay? So, yun po ang gagawin po natin. Okay? So, I'll stop na po my presentation. Okay? And then, kindly open your